obviously there's a conspiracy around this man, and everybody is keeping quiet. I heard something, I don't know if it's Sir Alex or somebody said in the past. He said there's a parable in Benin that says, when you are eating, do not speak. So, therefore, they are not speaking because they are eating one way or the other. All these people who are quiet, they, whether directly or indirectly, every celebrity that is supporting APC and PDP, you are involved in you are supporting the mother of Deborah. And the fact that you are supporting the mother of Deborah is going to happen to you. It is not a cause, it's a fact. I just want to just touch on only Deborah. I don't want to talk about people or people who have died innocently in the east, in the middle belt or south, or even my state. I'm just talking about, because that's a very sensitive issue. We are talking about the soul of Nigeria. And I'm not in the business of being polite to anybody. I'm not in the business of soft pedaling anybody who is going against the obedient movement. I am not. Peter Obi is not a saint. I recognize that. He's not, but he's the better man. He's the man that needs to come there. And if we're talking about different agitations like Biafra, Niger Delta, even the Arawa people don't want to separate or whatever, all different groups want to separate. You can't just come and say, okay, let us separate. Separate under what stands? You have to put somebody there whose sanity is good in the right direction first. Then we take it step by step. That's what we need to do. That's why I really don't want to talk about all these agitations, because I'm just focusing on putting Peter Obi as the president of Nigeria. And I'm doing what I can personally on my own to do that. And I've made a proclamation to everybody that I know. If you are calling me in Nigeria for money, whether you're in the hospital with a broken leg, I don't care. I need to know who you're supporting. I need to see your PVC. If that is not happening, please block my number. Because the block button is very good for me. I have no, because right now, this is the soul of Nigeria. So if you want to sleep supporting APC and PDP, then whatever you see, take it like that. Take the bitter pill, because you don't want to change. So you will not drag me in with my sweat and suffering under the cold here, working, and then I'm now entertaining you while you are supporting evil people. I can't do that. And I think everybody should have applied that, because we need to start dealing with these people in Nigeria who are supporting evil. We need to start dealing with them by not giving them money. Stop sending them money. Stop it, people. If they're not supporting the right thing, stop sending them money. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Rita, for that submission of yours. I also want to say thank you to Mr. Silvanus Ayin for the super chat right there. Thank you so much, and God bless you. Please endeavor to like and share this broadcast if you are yet to do so. Okay, guys, let's move straight to the next person we have here. Why did he arrange like this? Oh my yes, now Madam Rita, and now we have Mr. Alex. Now wow, today na fire for fire. Anyways, Mr. Alex, oh yeah, let's have you again. Mr. Alex, are you there, please? Okay, I believe Mr. Alex is not ready just yet. Okay, let's move straight to Just For You. Just For You, please.
Good evening. I don't think I have enough battery, because I wrote to you that my battery is almost down.
Oh.
See it? I wrote to you on a comment section that my battery is down. Now it has a 2%, and which means I cannot talk. The second one is there too. That one I tried to comment with that one, and he's saying that it's full. The platform is full. So
okay, you know what you can do? You can just quickly leave with this phone you're using right now. You can just leave the broadcast and quickly come back with the other line that you want to use.
Okay, all right.
All right, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's move straight to Mr. John. Mr. John, please.
Hey, Kachi. Good evening. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you.
Wonderful. I'm not a legal professional, but I would just throw this out there. There is an offense called treating, and treating basically means when you try to induce.
Yeah, can you hear me, Kachi?
Well, Mr. Alex, I called on you severally, but Mr. John is
already... can you hear me?
I can hear you, Mr. Alex, but Mr. John is already speaking right now. So after Mr. John, I'll come back to you.
Okay.
Don't worry. Mr. John, please go ahead. Alex is having a situation with his network. Go ahead, sir.
Okay. So I'm not trying to give any sort of...
I think I'm able to connect now. If you are willing anytime, you can call on me, okay?
No problem,
Just for
Mr.
you.
Just
Thank
for
you.
you.
Thank
After
you, sir.
Mr. John, I'll come to you. Thank you. Mr.
So,
John, please go ahead.
yeah, no problem. So again, not legal advice for the third time, but treating is it's an electoral offense when you try to induce someone to vote in a certain way by giving favors or withholding benefits. Or I know that everyone here really wants their loved ones and their relations to appeal to some level of sense as they're voting, but just be very careful not to inadvertently break the law when you say something like, "I'm not going to give someone money or help them unless they have their PVC," and they're talking about Peter Obi, because that can be misconstrued as saying that you're actually inducing them to vote for someone, whereas they may be looking to vote for someone else. I'm just throwing that out there. I'm not a lawyer, but it's something that I noticed, and I think that we might want to refrain from saying something like that. In terms of Lai Muhammed, I talked about Lai Muhammed a lot yesterday in terms of U.S. intelligence, so I won't restate that. But what I will say, based on his statements of those of us who live in America, do we feel safe? At the age of 18, you're allowed to have a gun. My parents took us hunting. At 17, I went to the gun range. I've kept on going to the gun range. I'm a pretty good shot. I own weapons legally, because we have a Second Amendment that gives us the right to bear arms. So anybody that comes is going to collect. So just to let Lai Muhammed know, I feel very, very, very safe here in America, where most of us, at least in this state, have guns. And that's all I'm going to really say about that. Lai Muhammed, he's lying to himself. Clearly, he doesn't understand that, again, U.S. has superior intelligence. The U.S. is a 14-hour, 15-hour flight away, 16 hours if you're on the West Coast, So the fact that they know what's going on in Nigeria, I mean, you guys just have to think about it. If Nigerians can bribe Nigerians, right? If people in your government can bribe people with peanuts to vote, don't you think other countries can bribe your citizens for all sorts of intelligence? Don't you think people are being bribed in your embassies and being bribed in your government and being bribed all over the place? Don't you think the U.S. has superior intelligence in your own country? I mean, what does it really take to bribe a Nigerian? So I really don't understand what Lai Muhammed is talking about. What I would have Lai Muhammed focus on is the fact that the security alert has been given, and he has a responsibility to make sure that Nigerians have the right information. Outside of that, I think we also talked about Nnamdi Kanu. He should be released. Obviously, it's not. I saw the Nsima video. Nsima has a lot of issues, but we're not going to go there. There's no crime that anyone is committing by asking for self-determination. It's not a crime. It'll never be a crime. The country that's Nigeria is just continuing to make a fool of itself. You're never going to be able to prevent people from wanting to be free, from chasing their freedom. Even if you look at what Boko Haram is doing now, if you talk to them, some of them may say that they're chasing their own freedom. Most people don't even know, the people kind of that are looking at it on a surface level, that Boko Haram is not even Fulani. It's mostly Kanuri people that, if you look at their actual history, they had their own empire, just like Omoe Rita said. It's a country that was made up of many empires. And that empire that the Kanuri came from was an Islamic empire. And it's been an Islamic empire since the 11th century. So it's not just yesterday that they had these ideas. They had these virtues. And they're going to fight until forever to reclaim what they had prior to Nigeria. So it's a shame they're still holding him. I think Rita said some people may be surprised that the people involved in Nnamdi's illegal rendition were Igbo. That's not surprising, at least for Ndi Igbo, that's not surprising. There's lots of Igbo saboteurs, but the vast majority of Igbos, that's what you have to know. Just because you see criminals, you can't say all of people in Edo are criminals. Just because you see lazy people, you can't say all of the people in this group are lazy people. Just because you see saboteurs, you don't say all of Ndibo are saboteurs. Saboteur in Ndibo definitely exist. there's definitely saboteurs in Ndibo. Sam Sky, that's your own opinion. If you want to slander my name, I have lawyers. I can fight you in court and send you to poorhouse. So the reality is that Ndibo has saboteurs, but the vast majority of Ndibo are not saboteurs, and they're not bad people, and they want to be free. So the only thing that Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for is a referendum, which, when held, should expose that 85 to 90% of Ndibo want to leave Nigeria. So that is what we are waiting for. Now, to answer your question of who's going to give it to us, just wait and see. That's all I'll say. And I'll wait until my next turn to continue talking. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. John, for that submission of yours right there. Let's quickly move straight to the next person. But before I do that, I want to say thank you to Mr. Desmond Nwadike. Thank you so much for the support. God bless you. We appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Also,
Okay,
just one last thing. Someone made a comment, not that I care, but someone made a comment calling me the enemy of Nigeria. Sam Sky. I just want to let Sam Sky know that I have people working for me, capturing everything that's on here every single time that I come on here. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. John. Let's move straight to Mr. Alex. Mr. Alex, please.
Yes, thank you, Ms. Kachi. Thank you, Mr. Najawash. Those in the comment section and viewers worldwide. And just want to quickly talk about Umaru Diko, Umaru Abdurrahman Diko, who was also kidnapped by the same Buhari administration. Yeah, that was a very historical nostalgia. So I want us to know that this Buhari administration, it's been notorious for a lot of things. Even when Babangida was overthrowing his government those days, he didn't want to kill him. He asked him one-on-one, why are you like this? In fact, he has to chase him like a chicken out of office. Buhari has always been incompetent. He has always been a lawbreaker. We don't know if he is alive. We don't know what transpired in 2017 that led to Nnamdi Kanu's vituperations and, his expression of, a new zeal or zest on the Ojukwu Odumengo's Biafra agitation. We don't know what happened. We don't know. Because a leader can't be alive and a lot of things are happening. Imagine it's America that is now telling, let me tell you guys, I'm hearing from Abuja now that embassies, it's not only US, embassies are evacuating their nationals. They are all evacuating right now. They've given 3 days ultimatum that something will happen. America are not saying, they are not God, but they don't just talk. This is a government that has ruined every part of this country. A country that sustained itself in the 60s and 50s with agriculture, with intellectual properties. A country that the princes of the Saudis used to come to the University of Ibadan, teaching medical clinic for medical checkups. A country that the dollar was even higher, the naira was even dragging with the British pounds. We had Russians, Italians, Spaniards coming to Benin, to Lagos to look for daily bread. This is a country that's so blessed with so many untapped national mineral resources, natural resources. So what has this government given to us? They've destroyed everything. We don't even know what is going on. We are in the middle of nowhere. Lai Muhammed should be ready. He will not be safe anywhere around the world, even in the Middle East, where they usually think they are going to retire. Because they know they will never go to Western world. Nigerians will be everywhere waiting for them. They've destroyed this country. And now they want to systematically turn the country into Afghanistan. What Ojukwu spoke about, has it not come to pass? Has it not come to? Yes, we may argue, like Madam Rita said, that the Ezeoku coup of 1960, the Igbos were, all the people who were killed were from the north, and it was perceived to be a tribal coup, and so on and so forth. So they had to retaliate. It's not changed to Ojukwu demanding for a self to say that his own side of the nation should be given, I mean, a Biafra republic. The point is this: Nnamdi Kanu has not done anything wrong compared to the situation on ground that we have. Nnamdi Kanu did not kidnap the Abuja train, victims. Nnamdi Kanu did not bomb Kuje prison. Nnamdi Kanu did not swallow money. He's not snake on the termites. He's not the accountant general that looted over 80 billion naira. Nnamdi Kanu did not borrow money with our names. Nnamdi Kanu is not responsible for ASU strike. He's not responsible for the electrical darkness. So they are just looking for a scapegoat. That's why they went to pick him up. Why did he even form the Eastern Security Network? It was as a result of the rampant killings. They invaded Edo Forest. Unfortunately, we have also a governor who is a Fulani governor, who is a Fulani sympathetic governor. We have a governor in Edo State. Obaseki is a Fulani governor. I joined Madam Rita and to say, if you are supporting, PDP, you are supporting the death of Deborah. If Deborah could have been your sister, she could have been your wife, she could have been a mother to somebody. Will you be happy if your sister is lynched because she went to school in a part of a country? Why was she lynched? Not because she was caught stealing or something. She was lynched, broad daylight on video, because of a text message in a WhatsApp group. Text message. Text message. That alone can give birth to it can set a nation ablaze. If you remember what prompted a renowned criminal, and in those days, Bender State, to kill more than 200 policemen was because he was betrayed, because his friend was killed. That's a criminal stuff, but in every nonsense there is sense. If Deborah was your friend that you grew up together, and somebody is supporting somebody whose tribesman leads a young lady, will you be happy? For me, we do not have a country as it is. The only rope, tiny rope holding this country together is Peter Obi. And I hope we still have a country before next year election. I hope so. Because with all these signals, with all the parameters, with all the indices, Nigeria is a failed country, a failed state. Our borders are porous. Our currency is just going down the drain on a daily basis. Our ministers and senators are wicked, and they have just, but imagine last 2 days, they borrowed $1.8 billion from the Islamic Bank. They did it under the carpet, but it still came out in any ways. Osimajo led that group with the Minister of Finance. I don't understand. Under Islamic Bank group from the Saudis. Ladies and gentlemen, there's fire on the mountain in Nigeria. We are not one. These people, they don't love us. They only come together to steal money. We are not one at all. The earlier, the better we realize it. Yes, get your PVC. Yes, let us pray for us that Obi wins. Yes, we'll keep campaigning. Yes, but it doesn't mean we should take our eyes off the daily realities here. The daily reality is that there is no electricity. There is no food. Inflation is rising on in fact, not daily, on hourly basis. In every country around the world, when they are campaigning, you see them talk about the prices of things, prices of foodstuff, electricity, insecurity, borders. You see them discussing territorial waters, discussing student welfare, education, academics. What do we hear in our own? I will do road. I will do road. So it's so pathetic. With the exception of Peter Obi, who has shown himself that he's in another class compared to the two other criminals. In a sense, Sister Bola Tinubu and Atiku should be in prison. Atiku quickly deleted the tweet he tweeted about Deborah's death. Till now, we do not have anybody arrested for the Kaduna train kidnapping saga. We do not have anybody arrested or prosecuted or paraded for Kuje prison break. We do not have anybody to arrest with insecurity nationwide. Ladies and gentlemen, we hope we still have one country before the next year's election. I want to talk about Nnamdi Kanu. Free Nnamdi Kanu. He did nothing wrong to protect his people, to ask for a self-determination is constitutional. Catalonia is asking for freedom from Spain. Pakistan broke away from India. South Sudan left from Sudan. A lot of countries like that. Sweden left from Denmark, or Denmark left from Sweden. So what are we talking about here? What crime has the Biafrans committed? And so what? If the country was good, if there was justice, if there was true federal character, if there was dividends of democracy, if everything was going as it ought to be, would there be agitations? Even if there are agitations, they can be sorted out. That's the way other nations are engaging those who wants to leave the country. Any part who wants to leave the country, they feel aggrieved. You can call them to a round table, not killing them. So you expect them in the east to just fold their hands and watch the Fulani just run over them and wipe them out? Is that what you are saying? You are saying that the Kanu led to a lot of deaths. Those deaths happened because people were protecting themselves. He didn't just wake up to form that. Why has he not formed it under the other government? Jonathan Goodluck, Obasanjo, Yaradua. Why did he form it now? If not the killings. Nnamdi Kanu is not in Benin. Why do we have our vigilante? He's not in the West. They have Amotekun. He's not in Benue. Benue State have their own royal guard. Please, let's stop victimizing the guy. He's one man who stood. Him, Showore, and Sunday Igboho. They stood to take the bullet for me and you. Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for the whole Nigeria, for the whole black race. If you don't know, if you have this, if you have the third eye, you will see what he's fighting for. Because if actually the government can engage them and address their grievances, other governments in Africa will start copying it. If they can also go to a round table and break up the country, other countries will also copy it. We can exist as neighbors. Why are we running from dividing the country? Why are we running from even negotiating restructuring? What are the Northerners hiding? Why are they always agitated? Why are they nervous immediately here restructuring or division? Scotland is still asking to leave the United Kingdom. Ireland left from the United Kingdom. So what are we talking about, guys? Thank God we have a panel of a robust, set of minds who are highly skilled and educated, historians. So guys, leaving a country does not mean you are bad. Leaving your father's house to go and start your family is not a crime. Because a time comes in a man's life, you got to leave. With the way the country is being run, everybody got to leave. Break the damn country if the country is not working. But before then, let's get our PVC and vote Peter Obi. I will drop it there. Please, we should agitate for the release of Peter Obi. If there is anybody who wants to be in jail, it's the APC government that has killed Deborah, that has killed millions of Nigerians in the past 5 years. Please, the real terrorists, the real killers are the governments. Buhari himself should be arrested immediately. His tenure is over. Osibajo should be arrested. Festus Keyamo, what's his name? Rotimi Amechi. All of them should be arrested and questioned. Dino Melaye is flaunting cars, 24 cars in his compound, 11 Lamborghinis, 7 Ferraris. Nobody's talking about him. The real criminals are moving scot-free, making live videos. We are accusing a man who only asks for freedom for his own people. May God forgive you all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Alex, for that submission of yours. Thank you so much. The matter just will tire everybody, honestly. Let's quickly move straight to the next person. That will be Mr. Just For You. Please, guys, help us to like and share this broadcast if you are yet to do so. Thank you. Just For You, please.
Good evening, everybody. Before I will go into what I want to say, I want to use this opportunity to advise everybody to be very careful of account number you give out, because somebody, I don't know the person before, from Nigeria just called me. The lady was just crying that she has nothing in her account. They empty everything. When she went to the bank, they told her that they use her name and the account number to forge name and account, and they withdrew the whole thing. Nothing was left. I'm even thinking of how I have never seen this lady before. I'm thinking on how to rescue that lady now, how to send her something a little bit. just to help. That is the way I help people over there. I don't know. Some people I don't know, then they will say, so person, my family will call me, so person is begging for food, came to ask for food. I send money. But I don't come here to say, because if you help, the Bible says, don't let your hand, your left hand, to know what you do with your right hand. That is the word of God. So before then, I will still move. I just want to move on to the topic of the day, and I will touch so many areas as well. Let me start with Nnamdi Kanu, because Nigeria Watch, God will bless you for bringing this thing. You know, I always mention Nnamdi Kanu in anytime I talk. I stand for the truth. That is what my father stands for, and that is the train is in me. I stand for the truth. What I'm going to say is not going to benefit everybody. There are people that will attack me. There are people that will hate me, but that will not stop me to say the truth. Thank you very much for bringing this topic, because Nnamdi Kanu is a crown prince, a king to be, a British person, a British person. He laid down his life for Nigerians. Bible says there is no greater love than a man to lay down his life for his friends. He laid down his life for every Nigerian freedom. Number one, Nnamdi Kanu lost his parents fighting for the freedom of Nigeria. Nnamdi Kanu lost his right as a king fighting for Nigeria. I call him Moses of our time. It's only Moses that done that. When Moses grew up in the house of Pharaoh to become a king, he renounced it. I want to free my people. So that is exactly Nnamdi Kanu for you. So if you are fighting against Nnamdi Kanu, you are fighting God. Number one, I want to tell you here, especially that lady in Arise Television or Channel Television. I don't know the kind of school you went to. You have a chicken brain to say Nnamdi Kanu jump bail. And somebody was even saying that would they bring any other charges against him? These are journalists, a man and a lady. It's a very big shame. Because somebody, if Nnamdi Kanu just only command as a king, he will have all what he wants. As a British, he will have all what he wants. They even wanted to bribe him with billions of naira or dollars. He rejected it. They asked him, what do you want? He said, if they can do this, go and read all the lists he gave. He did not mention his own. He did not say, let them give me a penny. He said, let them open the seaport, Port Harcourt seaport, Warri seaport, and what they call it, Calabar seaport. But you have only Lagos seaport jam-packed. I was there 2019, 2020. Only God knows what I saw. In December time, you can't go there. From my 2 to Sele, you know where Sele is. From there, go to Apapa Wharf. You can't go there. Trailer block everywhere. You can't. No vehicle. No. I asked one of the trailer. He said they have been there for 3 months. I said, how do you make your money? He said, my company. They know. They sleep there. Why? Because they know the revenue they are generating. They don't want the turn of another person. Why would they close Warri Port? Warri seaport is international seaport. I went there when I was small. Calabar seaport is an international seaport. Port Harcourt seaport is why do they close all these things? Because these are the agenda of some people. My own. Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for the freedom of everybody. He said they will remove capable people and incompetent people. That is what he put it. They will remove all the competent people and put in incompetent. Is that not what we are seeing? All what he has said, all of them is coming to true. Thank God you brought this on the line. Let me educate Nigerians, because we forget history so much. That is why we are having problem today. The people that are fighting for you, that is people you fight against. And the people that are stealing your money, people that are selling you, that is what you worship, because they have stolen your money and they shut up your mouth. Or brainwash, they brainwash you. You don't have brain anymore. It's a shame. People are blaming America. America is one of the best countries. I still believe in them, where you have human rights. They are the one telling Nigerians, this is what is going on. This is what is going on. Somebody will still attack them because they are fools. They have turned to be idiots. Sorry, I want to talk today. If anybody want to attack me, I don't curse. I maintain myself. But if I see somebody trying to behave a fool, even when you are educated, I will prove it to you. Nnamdi Kanu, just like Catalonia in Spain. Go and Google it. We have a group called ETA in Spain. They call them País Vasco, Vitoria, Bilbao, and the rest of them. Let me know. These people were fighting. Why? Because the revenue we're getting from them, and they were not getting anything. So they resort in self-defense. They say, okay, let us defend our own resources. Even the government had them terrorists. Government was killing them. They were killing people. They were not ordinary people. They were targeting government people. They did not target any innocent people. Police, military police, they call them, I forgot the name of the military police there. These are the people they targeted, because these are the people that were killing them. Until one president came, Zapatero, and said, what do you want? They said, this is our problem. He said, okay, you will control your resources. Then this is the percentage we'll be bringing to the nation, the center. And that was how all of them surrendered their gun. To today, they are the best in Spain. They pay, even if you don't have work, you can produce, say, I have been here for, I have resident here for 1 year. They will be paying you. You are not working, they will be paying you, whether you are a citizen, you are not a citizen, provided you brought the, I lived there for some time. I know what goes on there. Catalonia, the same thing. Google it. These are the problem. Government sat them down. What do you want? And they give their grievances. Nnamdi Kanu was only asking for good governance. That is how it all started. I want to address to Mandarita. Thank you very much. You are in the same page with me. I share your opinion very well. But I want to tell you, Nnamdi Kanu did not start all that years back. No. He started, we want a good governance, we want road, that's how all of them started. Until government sent terrorists to be killing them, including Oyo State, where Igboho said, no, this is not good. A number one terrorist leader was there. They know his house. Nobody can go there. Government was not arresting anybody. They will kill and go. Overnight, they will come, they will kill and go. Until Igboho rose up. This is how agitation started. Besides, agitation is never a crime in any way. It is international. United Nations is the United Nations chapter is there. The Nigerian Constitution is also there. Then how do you tie somebody who is innocent, a criminal, a terrorist? Whereas you open the door, a prison gate for terrorists to escape. All of them, they went away. Until today, we have not seen anybody arrested. Nigeria is not thinking along that line. Why? Because they have brainwashed so many of them. There are people that are eating from the table. People are supposed to speak, like Professor Kiyamo and what they call it, additional, all of them. They are eating. But your time will soon come. Look at Buhari, Babangida today. He's in a wheelchair. I'm not laughing at him. I know what he has done to Nigeria. Look at him. Buhari is because people don't know the history of Buhari. That is why they voted him. All of us, we cry. Many of us will cry out. Nobody listening to us. But people are crying now. But it's too done. I want to tell Nigerians, please, Niger Watch, please, I want you to take it very seriously. We are saying election is almost over. They have already decided this election. I saw where somebody posted where Shitima and Tinubu's wife are using Nigerian military jets, to go for somewhere. You have never started. You are already using. What are they? They are already telling us that they are already in that position. They are not supposed. But what they are sending signals. They are telling us that we are already there. Buhari said it, that I'm confident they will win. I want to ask, is Buhari actually alive? Or for all what Aisha Buhari have said, me and my husband, we don't do play talk, this and that, all that one. Nigeria forgot all of that. These are people, the Kabas are the one ruling Nigerians. Let us face the truth. The Kabas. We forget history so fast. We are facing problem today. I want to talk about Obaseki. My hands are tight. My hands are tight. I said it the other time. I know it's not everybody. That was said. This message is not for everybody. No, it's not everybody that will agree with me. But you stand, you condemn. You are condemning Wike. Wike is the person that his people love so much. Go and see what he's doing there. It's public money, but everybody is giving the same public money. But some people have taken their own to abroad. But this man is using it, so he's giving out salary, he's giving out help. So if you have to praise somebody, if you do well, you praise the person. Though he's a greedy man, all of them sold us out. I want to tell Nigerians, let us work hard. It's not question Peter Obi have won. Peter Obi have won, but the election have already been decided. That is what the spirit lays in my heart, that we have to work hard. If not because of Nnamdi revealing all these secrets, if by now Nigeria would have been Islamized and Fulani would have taken over everywhere. But that is why they hated him. So the same way I'm trying to bring this thing out now, don't misquote me. I just want us to work extra hard, to work hard, so that this election will not be a thing that they have already decided, and you can't do anything. See what they call it, Imo State. They call it Supreme Court governor. You can't do anything. You can't fight them. But let us start now, so that all the secrets of them will be revealed. I have so many to say, but let me hold on for now. God bless Nigeria.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. We're going to go straight to the next person we have here. That will be Mr. Chibuzo. Then we move to Gingerbread Man. Mr. Chibuzo, please, you have the floor. 5 minutes, please.
Good day, everyone. Good day, listeners. You know, Nigeria has been an ignorant country for a very long time, and they don't want to catch up in the modern world, in the sense that when it comes to security issues, that would be a priority in a country that calls themselves a sovereign country, a sovereign state. We should be concerned about security. And the US have given you this information based on their knowledge and the type of high tech they use to survey the world. I'm telling you, US have a satellite that can zoom to your own home as I'm talking to you and get you alive. Know exactly where you are. They can zoom it. Most of us that doesn't not understand how US operate. Number one, don't forget that in Ukraine today, the same application when US was warning Ukraine that Russia are packing and coming in, and they use a satellite and zoom the image. What happened at the end? Is it America that tell Russia to go and fight the war? It was an information, and the US cannot fight the war for Ukraine. So, but due to Ukraine is a small nation and is a big power, they have to support them. So what I'm trying to say is, in Nigeria, US have a satellite that can zoom anywhere they want in the whole world, in this planet as I'm talking to you, because they have the satellite. Nigeria don't have the satellite. These people, they got the satellite. They can tell you. So now they have seen this thing coming. They have warned Nigerians and said, listen, they are here. What the information minister is supposed to do is to engage immediately with the US intelligence and work together and make sure that they understand also the way these people operate to advance their own security. Something they don't know, they can be able to get it immediately from the US and work with their intelligence. So now you are telling me that US are lying to remove their embassies in these countries because they see the danger. And they're not coming there to fight for you. Don't forget, you have to fight for yourself. They're not coming there to fight for you. They have given you information. You have to follow up that information, work with them, then and secure your country for good. But now you are criticizing them. They should mind their business. You know, try to kill the security and the whatever that you people signed together. You try to kill those agreements and they call them a liar. And this is where we are not improving in terms of science and technology. We are not matching up with these people that give us opportunity to work with them. and tomorrow we will claim big. So terrorists will always attack. All kind of emergencies will always come. Immediately you have this information, you prepare for it. You work with the US. You don't need to criticize them. That is how intelligence works. You work with the people who are more advanced than you. But look at how ignorant our security system is. They should mind their business. And this, you are seeing these people taking away their embassies. You know? So that is our ignorance, and we're not doing very well in that as a government. We need to work with these high powers. Then let me come to INEC. You know, INEC, I was listening to this guy interviewing him. INEC, look at that guy, the very INEC representative. Look at his body language. That's to show you that that election is 90% going to be rigged. Are you going to rig the election? He can give the answer. The body language have shown you. If you are confident of what you are doing, are you going to rig the election? He said, no, it's not possible. You give statistics how impossible it is. That is what Nigerians want to hear. But you use grammar, trying to diffuse us and scatter our brains so that we will listen to you and understand that you are really representing us. That is a fraud already. You see, when you look at the language, these people have fraud us already. You know, so is a very big challenge. Now, this Buhari we're talking about, this Buhari, in 1983 or thereabout, or 84, when he took over, the little time he spent in office, I think less than 1 year in office, he murdered innocent people in Nigeria. He crippled the economy of Nigeria from the day he assumed office. He started crippling Nigerian economy by banning foreign goods and auctioning people's property, especially those ones that bought their goods from abroad, made in China, made in Italy, made in US, made in that. This same government ordered the military to enter every shop and auction people's properties in less than what they bought them. We didn't understand that this is the same regime that murdered a lot of innocent civilians in Nigeria. This Jakpa you they hear today, Jakpa, now this regime started. Andrew no check out to Nigeria go survive. Not this government. If you don't know. So now, the same government have come to power. This same government in 1984, he banned export and import. He banned export and import. And don't forget that no country can survive without import and export. Even the highest, the world leaders today, they cannot survive without importation and exportation. This government banned all those things. The only place they relieve, it was their oil, where they are sucking the whole oil. They relieve that place. They can transport. They can export them. All the aggregates in Nigeria as of then, no foreign countries can be able to come to Nigeria as of then because most of the companies shut down because their product they cannot finish, they cannot export, they cannot buy new materials to replace them. People lost job. That is where, yeah, I'm coming in. Yeah. So that is when our country, Nigeria, starts suffering. That is the beginning of our suffering. Before Babangida see what is happening, then overthrow him. So we start having problem from there. So today, the credibility is still remain. Whatever he accomplished from there to there, from then to now, we couldn't. Nigeria have gone from good to worse. Then currency. This our currency we say we are going to change. Don't forget that anytime you change your currency, it devalues. That is another thing we don't know. Whenever you change your currency, that currency devalues. That's another thing. And we're going there. I don't know what we are, because of overborrowing money that we have overborrowed. And that is why you see our country, the country is changing the currency because it's going to be devalued because of all kind. I don't know. The last one we're gonna go and we're gonna go to Chad now and go and borrow money because this one now no other place where they give us money again. Anyway, let me hang up for now and give other people chance. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Chibuzo, for that. Please, people, help us to like and share this broadcast if you are yet to do so. Please, guys, thank you so much and God bless you. I want to say a big thank you to everybody who has contributed so far, the viewers and also the commenters. Thank you so much, guys, for doing this. And also our panelists, I say a big thank you to every one of you and to everyone who has super chatted us today. God bless you, guys. May your pocket never run dry. We sincerely appreciate your support. We appreciate you. Thank you so much and God bless you. Lucky Yamu, welcome to this broadcast. Good evening to you. Thanks for joining. Let's move straight to the next person we have here for today. Guys, please let's stick to our 5 minutes before we go for our closing remark. Gingerbread Man, please, you have the floor. After that, we move straight to Mr. Chooks. Gingerbread Man, please.
Yeah, thank you, Kachi. Thank you, everyone listening. I'm going to try to be very quick. I hope I don't exceed the 5 minutes. Mr. Elvis, I came into this platform having listened to your previous platform where we talked about Nnamdi Kanu, and that was the reason why I came in here. But I'm going to shed light on other things because I'm not very, very impressed with a particular panelist, with the name True Ninja. But before I move forward, let me first of all say unequivocally, this platform is for Mr. P2B to make sure that we usher him into the seat of government. And I am 100% obedient. And I will encourage as many Nigerians that are yet to collect their PVC to go and collect their PVC and make sure that they, on that day, cast their vote and defend their vote. And by the grace of God, we will emerge. Concerning Nnamdi Kanu, Mr. Tunaija, you berate Nnamdi Kanu by, trying to take a position that the United Nations Court of Arbitrary Detention, the Nigerian High Courts, and even the appeal courts don't know what they are doing or don't know what they are saying. Because self-determination is not a crime. You have maintained the position that Nnamdi Kanu actually committed a crime because you feel that he has won these cases out of technicalities. You are wrong. You are very, very wrong. Because Nnamdi Kanu, what is his crime or what is his alleged crime? That he exposed the Fulani oligarchy. He has exposed the plan that they have to conquer Nigeria, to destroy Nigeria. Nnamdi Kanu have been shouting for a long time. The Fulani people are coming. They are coming to kill. They are coming to kill. They are coming to destroy. They are coming to take your land. Is it not happening? I'm not from Edo State. But today, the Edolites are angry with Governor Obaseki because they feel that the Fulani took over their land and he did not defend their people. That was what Nnamdi Kanu was crying out loud for. And because of Nnamdi Kanu's cry, the Eastern Security Network was formed. And when these Fulani people saw that they couldn't penetrate the eastern forest, they knew that this man has spoiled their plan. They went after him. They also went after Igboho. These are people that are fighting for their own people, for their own nation, for their own people, protecting them. It is not a crime. How dare you say that the United Nations judgment is based on technicality? How dare you say that the appeal court judgment is based on technicality? How dare you say that the judgment of the High Court is based on technicality? I don't know what you know about the law. And it is very good when you come to a public space, you maintain your lane. So please, if you are against Nnamdi Kanu, I want you to know that you are against Nigerians. Because Nnamdi Kanu is not just fighting for the Igbos, he's fighting for the whole Nigeria. Notice that since P2B emerged, the so-called cries for different agitation from different parts of the country has mellowed down because Nigerians have seen a man that gives them hope, that hope of inclusion, that hope of good governance. What has been the cry for this because of all this agitation? Is it not because of segregation? Is it not because of sense of injustice, lack of equity, where a small minority of the group thinks that they are more than the rest part of Nigeria? Please, don't come on air and try to create an impression for millions of people that are listening to Nigeria Watch that Nnamdi Kanu committed a crime. Nnamdi Kanu has committed no crime. And I want to use this opportunity to call on Malami, the Attorney General of Nigeria, of the Federation. Please, I beg you in the name of God, release Nnamdi Kanu. Why are they holding him? They are afraid because Nnamdi Kanu knows a lot of things about them. Have we asked ourselves? Because Nigerians, most of us forget quickly. Aisha Buhari cried out a long time ago that my husband is not in power. My husband and some people have taken over the government. Is Buhari really alive? Is the person we are seeing right now, is he truly Buhari? As a military general, you have some sense of decorum. See how this particular government has flouted all law orders, court judgments, even to the extent of flouting the United Nations Court of Arbitrary Detention's order to release Nnamdi Kanu. Is this person in office truly Buhari? Somebody in the British Parliament at some point in 2017 sent a condolence message about the passing on of Buhari. We are not talking about it. My brother, my sister. When a child keeps pointing to a particular direction, it's either there's her mother or her father is there, or there's something that child wants. This current government of Nigeria is not run like a government that is being headed by a retired general. I want to believe, I stand to be corrected, that if the person in Aso Rock is truly Buhari, so many rascalities that have been taking place in this government will be condoned, will be contained. So that is the food for thought. See, the Fulani oligarchy is about to come to an end. And because they know that the new Nigeria is about to emerge, they will do everything possible to prevent that. And while they are doing everything possible to prevent that, they will do all it takes to steal as much as they can. They have stolen our oil. Have you asked yourself how much Nigerians has lost as a result of oil theft? This government goes around borrowing money from every part of the world to the extent that they are refusing to borrow them more money without any plan to pay. You borrow money for investment, you don't borrow money for consumption. But our own case, that this government borrow money and they steal it. They send our money to Niger Republic. They send our money to Afghanistan. Have you asked yourself why they are doing that? They are preparing their places for retirement because they know that this Fulani oligarchy is coming to an end. Now, because of the exposure of the oil theft through Mr. P2B, that the people that are stealing oil and people in government, they have devised another plan to steal more money. And they come up with, they want to print Naira. Do you know that it costs more money to print Naira than the Naira that you have that is already devalued? They will use that avenue to steal more. See, fellow Nigerians, this is the time we take back our country. This is the time we take back our country. US security alert. Abuja is at the risk of attack. And Mr. Lai Muhammed, I don't know what he's talking about. Was that not the same thing that they said? That nothing happened at the Lekki toll gate. CNN showed us drone footage of shootings that took place. Instead of them to address the situation and see how they will deploy resources to make sure that this security alert is controlled, they are debunking it. Listen, you know why they will not know why they are debunking it? Is because they are the terrorists. This particular government are the terrorists. The 61 people that they broke out of Kuje prison. Have we asked ourselves the reason why? Before the US will open mouth and tell you that there is security alert. In fact, somebody mentioned it and I read it somewhere that embassies are removing, evacuating their people from Abuja. Finally, my message to INEC, Professor Mahmoud, please give Nigerians a free and fair election. Do not allow the pressure from APC or PDP to sway you. Let the mandate of Nigerians be given to them in 2023. Because I can assure you something. You see, Nigeria, if the right thing is not done in 2023, Nigeria will burst in flames. And I want to remind these politicians that they will be the targets. They will be the targets. From INEC officials, if they don't conduct the election the right way, to the whole politicians, one by one, they will not be spared. They will not be spared. Nigerians have decided to be patient because they have seen a man in P2B who will give the country a sense of good leadership, at least so that this country can start heading in the right direction. We are not saying that P2B will transform Nigeria in one night, but he will set the ball rolling. And that is all that we need. Nigerians are great people, resourceful people. All over the world, Nigerians are doing well. No matter what area of specialty, if you see a Nigerian, he's stopping the game. How come it's only in our home country that we are turned to alimajiris, paupers, and beggars? Because of a few people think that they can steal the resources of the country. And when we try to talk, they will muzzle us down. It will not continue.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Gingerbread Man. Honestly, it's frustrating what is going on in this country. You know, we just need to come together. Division is not going to do it right now. Let's just come together and do this because this situation is very, 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 very frustrating, to be honest. Let's move straight to the next person, please. Guys, help us to like and share the broadcast if you are yet to do so. Thank you all so much. I see you all in Mosokri. I see you right there. Thank you so much for joining our broadcast today. We appreciate every one of you. Please tell a friend to tell somebody today about Ninja Watch. And do not forget to support us by using the dollar sign to the right on the comment section. Thank you. Let's move straight to Mr. Chibuzo. Then we have Insibidi and Mr. Kel. Mr. Chuks already spoke. Mr. Chuks, you're next, please.
Yeah, good evening, Kachi.
Good evening.
Good evening, everyone. I want to start with INEC. The problem. INEC have come out to tell us that they have not produced voters card since this year. Isn't that a surprise to each and every one of us? This is the problem. This is what we're saying. These few people cannot be trusted. That is the absolute truth. And some of us will come here to defend these same people. It is an insult on Nigerians that you're preparing for election in less than 5 months, and you are telling us that you have not printed. How else do we think they're going to rig the election? They know the surge in registration. They know the game. So if we are hoping and thinking that if we go to election today, we win, it's complete lie. Because the people that will give that victory are the new people that registered this year. So if we're not thinking in that direction, we're just joking. We better start now mobilizing, thinking what to do. Like I don't know, one of the speakers said that they have already decided. P2B has won the election, but they have already decided who is going to be the president, except we open up our eyes, except we start reacting now, except we start giving them the heat. Look at his statement that the people are giving them heat, instead of telling us that the politicians are giving them heat. How is it the people that are giving them heat? If it is the politicians who are going to court to stop the BV, whatever they call it. Okay? So can anybody now tell me that we are the ones giving them the heat rather than the people who are going to stop a process? And the people will come here and defend it. They defended the government to rubbish the constitution. Because if the constitution says you have to obey the laws and you disobey them, what else can you not do? I'm asking, what else can you not do? These are people that started their impunity right from day one. They didn't hide it. But because it doesn't concern most of us, we kept quiet. And it's coming back to bite us. So I'm saying it here clearly. We are not just going to be shouting here, vote Obi, vote Obi. What are we going to vote Obi with? Without the PVC, how can we vote? That is the question I'm asking. It is not me who said. It is an INEC man who said they haven't printed. Yet, the news is going around. Go and pick up your PVC. So, if we are saying this, I was listening to this show one day when Mr. Elvis was asking people to motivate people to go. He nearly bring a problem here. Thank God he didn't. Because we know now today the truth. That even the PVC they are shouting, come and collect, it's not ready. So what are we talking here? Please, let us open up our eyes. It's not about all these distractions. It's not about all these distractions. We can shout all we want until we start demanding that INEC make sure. I've said this before. I've said it here before that let us start demanding that they do this before November so that they don't reach towards the end. They give us one excuse and there's nothing anybody can do about it. Nothing. If it comes to February now, they're giving us hope. Where everybody's hoping, we're gonna collect. Exactly the same thing that happened within the registration. I call my people at home. You go and queue up. The first thing they tell you is the machines are not working. After 5-6 hours, the machine automatically works and they register 5 to 10 people. That is the end of the day. That is a fact. That is a fact. So if we are here not thinking of how to hold these people to produce all the registered voting card, we are not heading anywhere. That's for that. I come to Nnamdi Kanu. You see, just as I said before, we are overlooking each other. When Buhari came on to power, the first thing he said in America, the first visit he did, they asked him, how are you going to rule this country? He made it clear that he is going to give those who gave him 5%. 5%. Right? What is he doing today? Can anybody tell me one single rail line that was done in Southeast today? Yet we are going to Niger to build a rail. And nobody is talking. Nobody is questioning that action. Nnamdi Kanu, started before Buhari. Then there was no killings. For the record of those who come here to say he's killing, his speech causes this and that, there was no killings. Until Buhari made him famous. Yes, Buhari made him famous by arresting him in 2017. And after everything, as if that was not enough, he sent soldiers down to his village to go and kill him. That is another famous. He made him. Now the Fulanis are running all over the place, killing people. Amoteku was formed. They now formed their Hizbah and whatever. The Southeast, nobody is making movement. Even when they said, they give them a different condition. And our people are dying. That was the creation of ESN. Even though I didn't support it then. I didn't. Because it's not, there's an adage which says it's not giving a monkey water with a cup, but how to collect the cup after he drank the water. That was my own word during that time. They might come to do the job, but after that, what we follow? So people who are coming here to say Nnamdi Kanu started killing and this and that, I disagree with that. Something happened. I saw an interview granted to him, just like I think it was Engineer Ken said. He was just saying, give me this, give me that, and I dropped this today. That is how he said it. So it is Benue today. It is Benue today. Yesterday was Southeast. Nobody's talking. He's come to Benue today. You can still see people who come here to condemn Governor Otom for standing up for his people. Even when he's a state actor. Not non-state actor. He has the mandate of the people to protect them and their properties. Yet you see some people who will come here to tell you he's not patriotic. Because he is not defending those killing his people. I pray we wake up on time. Because this, it will be taking us one by one. If we ignore this, just like we're doing now, condemning each other, rather than standing together. It's gotten to Benue. Nobody knows who state, which state is the next. Igboho stood up. Can anybody tell me the crime of Igboho today? We are condemning Nnamdi Kanu. Can anybody tell me where Igboho say, go there and kill, go there and do this? Why is it being hunted down? So when we come here to make statement, let us not come here to claim that we are more patriotic than others. Those who are shouting, those who are saying this is not right, it doesn't matter who it is happening to. Those are the people I consider patriotic Nigerians. We've seen it a long time. The likes of Ojukwu, they have seen it a long time. This same crime they are accusing the Southeast today. The North were the first people to have committed that crime. And I quote, Araba, meaning divide. And today, another man get up, say he wants to go, and you have the effrontery to condemn him. You are the first person to say that. You go all over Igbo land today. They hated Nnamdi Azikiwe for this. He is hated in Igbo land today because he was the one who said no. So when we come here, let us say it as it is. It doesn't matter who is listening. I don't come here to condone killings or condone, division of Nigeria. But if everybody can now have the same right, so be it. We cannot continue in this vein. I'm a progressive person. So if you stand on my way to progress, I have every right to demand that I separate from you. It's as simple as that. So let those who are saying that those who doesn't want to progress should hold them down. It is their choice. And I can't do anything about it. So can you not do anything about my own decision to leave the country that stop me from progressing? It is not a crime. We've seen everywhere. There's freedom fighters everywhere. Even here in United Kingdom, the Scottish, they said they want to go. Put them on a referendum. They failed. So if you know what you're doing, go and campaign. Give them referendum and go and campaign. Tell the people why they should remain. That is how it is done. Not you roll out tanks, killing, and when the people retaliate, you're telling me, look, let them do something about this. Like most speakers said here, if they let Nigeria spoil in their hand, we saw what happened in NSAS. Even though I don't condone that, you see the killings of policemen in NSAS. That was gruesome.
Please round up.
Please, let us work together. Let us start holding our INEC responsible. Let us start demanding our PVCs, because that is even the first thing we need to demand of them before we start asking our people to go and vote, because they cannot vote without the PVCs. I yield here. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mr. CBD, please. Mr. CBD. Yes, please stay true to your 5 minutes, please. I can hear you, Mr. CBD. Please go ahead.
All right. Thank you so much. Like the son of Fela sang in those days, I hope he's still walking that same path. I'm sure he is Femi Kuti. He say, "I sorry for Nigeria. I sorry, oh, sorry for Africa." The problem is that you see these people that are doubting American intelligence. America have been world power for decades, for more than 70 years now, since the fall of the old, Soviet Union, since the Second World War. So, but you see, the problem is that how can you doubt people that was able to, this Al-Qaeda man that they took away the other day, that they took out the other day, is called Ayman al-Zawahiri, someone that was in his own house. There's this weapon that have not been released. Do you know the American intelligence, they have some weapons that nobody knows about. They have even devices that no one knows. It's not in the market. That's how advanced they are. They use one to just take out that man so that there will be no casualty, even so that his wife, his children, nobody will be affected. It's called the, is it the Hellfire Arrow 96, something like that. It's a blade missile. They fire the thing, it gets to the destination, it's opens
called Switchblade.
Sorry?
It's called Switchblade.
Yeah, but now it's like in a missile form, fired from the sky.
It's called Switchblade.
Yes. And it went straight to the person in his house. and it opened, took out the person. Nobody, even the person that was sitting beside him, was not hurt. And we are here doubting the people that have those kind of, means. So it's just quite sad. And you look at, like I said, there's no other person to vote for. Peter Obi is him. The only thing is that we are praying that let it not be too late. Let it not be that all these things we are doing it when it's too late. But I still believe that, we have to be optimistic. It shouldn't be a question of who to choose. Anybody that is still thinking of who to choose for their future or for the country to be better, that person is, in my opinion, that's my own opinion, that person is like as worse as the devil himself. If you're still thinking, because if you're talking about tribe, okay, we want somebody from our own side, like maybe, obviously not all Yorubas, but we have seen some that are falling in line with Tinubu or Emiloko campaign. We have seen some of those ones. So what is the guarantee? This present administration right now, which region have suffered the most? Where is all this banditry, kidnapping from every day, all the rampant, all the things? Where are we hearing it from? So why is it that his people or the entire north did not become paradise because of the present administration? So what makes you think that your own will be different? So tribe and religion is the card that they are using to play to continue to oppress and put people in perpetual poverty. And some people are still falling for these things. So somebody came out and said he's the one that put the person there with everything that has happened. Then he said, now I want me that put the person, I want to enter, so you must vote for me. And some people say, okay, yes, we are going to. Can't you see now that even if you are God, or if you are maybe in Jamaica, wouldn't you say that, God, please just let these people finish these people? Because the foolishness of our people is too much. The foolishness of our people is too much. How can you allow such sentiment? There's no proof, that there's no track record to show that because this person is from your region, you will not be part of the problem. I mean, you will not suffer from the thing. I'm talking about Nnamdi Kanu before the time is over. You see, like what my brother just spoke. We are talking. Some people like to say, "Oh, the coup started and you see that's where now the problem is, the lack of education, simple information that is out there for you to go and read. Did the thing start with the coup? What led to the coup? Did you watch the interview of the Sultan with the with the BBC journalist? What did he say? Wouldn't you know, from that time, wouldn't you know that we are already in problem? Before the war, we're talking of before the war, not after the war. Talking about we will not get anybody from any other place. We either get a northerner or we get a white person. That before you know, and what now happened? That made I'm not in support of using violence to solve issues, but I'm just talking about what led to all those things that made some soldiers to say, okay, we are not going to allow one region to hijack everything and make the other people as slaves. Then they stood up and did what they did, which I'm not in support of, but that is the logic that they had. And after doing that, even before that, what of all those religious riots that was happening in the north? My grandfather, where from my great grandfather, my grandfather, they were all in the north, in Kano. So I could tell you about Igbos that have been in the north and what they saw. My grandfather was so hardworking. Even when he came back to the east, he was still able to build himself and build, a life for himself and his family. But he lost everything that he worked for in the north. That is before the war, many years before the war. These people, that is what our people have been suffering for long. So that is not, don't just start from the war. What is the war? So people will just wake up one morning and say they want to fight war. Then after the war, all the things that they talked about the war, and someone like Gowon, I hope wherever he is, if he's able to clap, I'm sure he can. Let him clap for himself. Let him clap for himself, looking back and seeing everything that has happened, that is happening, then looking at what's happened in Aburi in Ghana, then he should be able to now tell himself, okay, was I smart? Or did I made a foolish decision? Because that's the problem, including Obasanjo now that is fighting for things to, for the country not to break. He has always carried this country on his head. He's one of the, the father of the Nigeria. I hope now they will be like, I hope now they will be like, we made a good decision, trying to do everything possible to make everybody remain as one. Because we are seeing it. So Nnamdi Kanu, you don't need him to even talk. He said it, that if you like, carry him and go and dump somewhere, that you still, the same thing, that is, he was saying even the people that are against him, some of them will become the next him. So today, what do we have someone like what I'm saying? That they should release Nnamdi Kanu or they should go and arrest everybody, all those, there should be no repentant Boko Haram. And after saying that, what happened? Look at his people. After arming them for 1 week, they went and 26 people is the latest. We don't know how many have happened again that is not recorded. So is a pity, and unfortunately, our people are still there playing politics. But at the same time, let us be optimistic and let's hope that I also have the feeling, or I also believe that there's a chance for Peter Obi, because anybody in their right sense, whether they are corrupt or they are the cabal, they know that for Nigeria, if they want their Nigeria to be one, they will not attempt to rig the election, especially when Peter Obi wins.
Thank you, Mr. Nsipli.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's move straight to Mr. Kel. Mr. Kel, please.
Yeah, Kashi, good evening.
Good
How you
evening to
doing?
you. How are you doing today?
I'm good. Naja Wash, God bless you. The great work you are doing, definitely,
Thank
you
you.
will definitely, see the result, the good result of all your investments in Nigerian projects.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you always. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, the other day, I think yesterday or the day before, I tried to log into when you were talking about some obedience in this platform that goes to other platforms to talk against our principle. So I would say that all of us in this platform, and especially all the obedient listening, we have one project now to do everything to get Peter Obi elected. We'll do that by supporting him, sensitizing the public, people that has not made up their mind, that are still standing on the fence, encourage them or give them reasons why they should vote for Peter Obi. And every other person that are supporting Billion Van Man or the generator guy, the Mikano guy, try to see how we can convert them to the truth. Because it's only in Nigeria that you see people suffering, but they didn't know that they are suffering. Or people that have problems and you're showing them a way out, they said, no, I want to stay in this problem. It's only in Nigeria I see that kind of a thing. You have highly educated but uninformed Nigerians. They are highly educated, but they're highly unenlightened. It's only in Nigeria I see that kind of people. Having said that, I want to talk about what the government is doing now concerning Nnamdi Kanu. Government has no case against Nnamdi Kanu. They know that. What they are doing, they are using Nnamdi Kanu now, to play game against the Obedient family. And I want us to listen. Now, they know that Obedient base is in the entire South, Southeast, South. And they know that if election is to be held today, the APC government will not get anything from the South, and Southeast. So what they are trying to do is to play Nnamdi Kanu's game by using the appeal court to discharge Nnamdi Kanu. Now, APC government is not saying that they will not release him. What are they trying to achieve? They are trying to arouse the youth in the Southeast and the South, so that they will start their agitation afresh. They will continue that until February. During February, they will say there will no Nnamdi Kanu, no election. That is the game they're playing. And I don't want us to be carried into this game. Let's play these governments with their own game. Let's defeat them in their own game. That's the card they're playing. They don't want election, or they don't want massive turnouts to happen in the Southeast and South. That is just the game plan. So, and if we get drawn into this game, they will laugh at us at the end of the day. Let us understand. These governments, if you want to understand what they are doing, you sit down and critically analyze their steps to know what is the intent of this action. What is the intent of the behavior of the government? They are trying to destabilize the entire South and Southeast, especially, so that they don't come out a mass to vote for Obi, because they believe that Obi has won this election technically, as it stands today. So they are APC looking for every way to destabilize him. That is what is happening. They intend to release Nnamdi Kanu immediately after election because they don't have any case against him, and that they know that too well. Having said that, these governments, these APC governments, they have agenda that they are trying to complete before they leave government. They borrowed 1.8 billion, or they're about borrowing $1.8 billion from the Islamic Bank. And now they are telling you that they want to redesign Nigerian Naira notes. Are we sure that one of the agreement to borrow that money is not to smuggle Islamic characters and language into our notes? That is the question we should be asking. That's the area we should be asking. What is the intent of government to borrow money from Islamic Bank? And they are coming now to talk about redesigning notes. Do we know the cost of printing and the redesigning Nigerian money? Government is saying they don't have money. Government is saying they are broke and they want to redesign and reprint notes. It is more expensive to print notes. For instance, they can use 250 naira to print 100 naira notes. Go and fact check this. You spend almost 250 naira to print 100 naira notes. That is, and the government is telling you that they want to redesign and reprint. I hope this country is not sold already. I hope this country has not been mortgaged already. That is where the whole thing is going. So I want us to constructively be coming up with discussions that will help our project. Like the INEC man, I came out and said Nigerians are pressuring them. What the guy was trying to say that is politicians are pressuring them. Is it you and I that are calling? Have we called INEC? Are we the one disturbing them? So when they say something, let's not just take them direct. Let's try to analyze to understand what is this people saying. The cards, PVC cards, they are printing it in batches. I have my loved ones in Nigeria who has collected their own, and the people that registered a month or 2 months after, their own will be ready next month. So let us begin to demarcate this idea of when they throw something in the public. Oh, people are not collecting the PVC. Obidients will come out and begin to say they are not collecting. They are not collecting. When we are saying that, we are sending fear into the populace. And they know Nigerians, what they're looking at, when they begin to say, okay, my vote will not count, they will not come out to vote. When they begin to hear that, oh, this election is rigged, they will not come out to vote. And when you listen very well, it's only Obedience family that are signing this, pessimism. You don't hear article, you don't hear Tinubu people coming to say election will be rigged. They'll be telling you confidently they will win, even though there's nothing to be confident about. This is a mind game. You only win this election by how confident you are, because you are talking to populace. You win game by exhibiting confidence, even though there is nothing to be confident about. So let's stop selling fear into the air. Let's stop. Sometimes you see of this mistake will come out in public and be saying it. We are sending fear to the populace. We are not talking to 10 of us in this panel. We only know the truth, and we know come what may. Even if Obi is found to be somebody from Iraq tomorrow, we'll still vote for him. But when we send things like this, into some message into the air, we are instead of marketing, we are demarketing ourselves, demarketing our projects. Right? So please, let us count our teeth with our tongue when we want to talk, especially those of us that are actually serious with this project of marketing Obi. There are a lot of people who come to this platform just to know to send fear into the air. They are neither here nor there. So when such people comes, we know. But all of us, 3 or 4, or majority of us that are marketing this project, let us be constructive to know that we are not here in discussion with ourselves in this platform. We are sending message, campaign message to the millions of Nigerians who are listening or who will come across this platform, this message tomorrow. There are a lot of discussions that will happen after we have won the election.
Okay.
Discussion that can happen. Those are things we can talk when election is won. But right now, let us concentrate constructively in how to get to be elected. Thank you very much, all of you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kell. I believe everyone has spoken. Thank you all so much for your contribution, the viewers, the panelists, and of course, those on the comment section. I appreciate every one of you. Thanks to everyone who super chatted us today. God bless you for taking time out to do this with us. Do not forget to join us tomorrow, Friday, 6 p.m. Nigerian time. 6 p.m. Nigerian time for our debate. Don't hesitate to join us, guys. Thank you all so much, and God bless you. We'll be taking our closing remark now. Please, guys, let's stay true to our 1 minute. We're already way above the time that we're meant to spend here. So please, guys, 1 minute for your closing remark. Thank you all so much. God bless you for your continuous love and support to Nigeria Watch. We really, really do appreciate each and every one of you. God bless you. And we're going to be starting with Omoye's Corner. Omoye's Corner.
Thank you very much. Please let me know if you can hear me clearly. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead. Thank you, madam.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Mr. Niger Watch. So anyway, I only have one thing to say, and that's it. Peter the Rock Obi. If you don't yet have your PVC, quick question, by the way. There's this news that's been going around about using the BVNs. What's that going to do? Please, can someone educate me on that? Mr. Niger Watch, what's the purpose of the BVN? Is it good or is it bad?
I am not too sure. BVN is bank identification number.
They're saying that they're going to use it during the election. What's the purpose of using it if it's a bank?
BVN, I think, is the only reliable identification number at the moment we have in Nigeria. So if they're going to use it during the election, I think that would be nice.
Yeah, that's what's been making the rounds in the news, that they want to use the BVN. They're insisting on it in some quarters. I haven't really heard much yet. I haven't done enough.
For me, if they want to use it, I think that would be nice, because that's the only identification number that I trust right now in Nigeria. If it's the BVN though, because I'm not sure if because I can see somebody writing on the comment section right now, BVS.
No, it's BVN.
Beavers. Is it Beavers?
Is it Beavers? I mean, they are saying something like
Beavers,
BVN.
it must be Beavers, the one they are going to court to stop. It must be Beavers.
Oh, really? Okay. Why are they trying to stop? Is it the bank? Okay, I just want to clarify because I'm trying to get educated.
The beavers is the one that can authenticate you to vote. Is either it capture you by your face, by your finger, and then one other thing they said, because if you use it, there's no excuse that it doesn't work, because it has to either use your face or your finger and one other properties of
Okay, then it's not the BVN then.
Okay.
Yeah, beavers. That's
Okay.
the one. If you watch this in Mike Guinea, educate Nigerians, it is there. That is what is shouting that when they succeed in using courts to stop it, that is where the election rigging starts.
Ah, okay, got it. I'm gonna go look into it some more. So thank you very much. So like I was saying, Peter the Rock will be every other candidate or every other human being running, lingering around is a counterfeit. If you know that your family does not yet have their PVC, run, go tell them. They need to vote en masse. Like literally the whole of Nigeria needs to shut down because nobody's safe again. So what's the point? Just go and vote your last, because this election, na life or death, literally. So I yield. Thank you very much once again, guys, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you so much. Mr. Pansat, please, you have the floor. 1 minute, please.
Yeah, thank you very much. I just didn't want to miss the Niger Watch closing remark, so I had to jump back in. Yeah, the former acronym that you talked about, which was BVN, is Bank Verification Number, and the BVAS is the Bimodal Voter Registration System. So good people who know how to rig elections and perhaps repented, such as Atahiru Jega, endorses it, thinks it's a good thing. I believe that Jega rigged that 2015 election for Buhari, but he has changed. I believe he's now on the good side, just like so many others, Nigerian bad actors like Obasanjo and so many others who are now wishing that we'll get it right because of our experience with Buhari. You have to be cold-blooded after the disappointment we had with Buhari, because most people who ushered him in, they knew he was a jack-booted military thug in the past, that he was a killer and he ruled by decrees. But so many years had passed and he's now octogenarian at least. They was thinking we can use his maturity and everything, and they forgave him and let him in there, but he was still cold-blooded, wicked. He's not a Nigerian, because no Nigerian would do the kind of things he's doing. A lot of people trusted him and gave him power, and he ruined the entire country. He's still killing people, dividing the country, choosing a small minority group over the entire country. What kind of creature is that? Look, I'm telling you. Yeah. So, are you telling me my time is up already? Are you serious?
It is.
Really?
Yes, I'm serious, Mr. Pansat. I said 1 minute, please. Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Pansat. Let's move straight to the next person. That will be Mr. John. Mr. John, please, you have the floor to make your closing remark. Thank you. 1 minute, please.
Thanks, Kachi. And I'll just make a quick comment. Like I said, anytime I come here, I have a friend who watches along. He's really interested in Niger Watch. I try to get him to come and say stuff, but what really scares him away is things that like people say in the comment section, and he'll sit there and take notes of things. But I just encourage anybody watching that if they're really interested or they disagree with someone that's on the panelists, why don't you come and put your own opinion out, whether someone's going to agree with you or not. And if you feel like you have a superior point of view, or you just have a different point of view, I do encourage you to come and say what you want to say. So I'll leave it at that. I'm not going to say anything additional about Lai Muhammed or Nnamdi Kanu. I think those issues are fairly clear. What I'll talk about is the currency situation. So Nigeria has about 45 to 60 million people, if I'm not mistaken, that are unbanked, that don't have bank accounts. And essentially what MFLA is trying to do they realize that the Nigerian currency is going to become toilet paper in the not too distant future. And they realize that they have a problem with inflation. Now, there's a couple of ways that you can fight inflation. You can raise interest rates to stop the growth of money supply. That's not going to be popular. You can increase taxes, but they're not going to be able to do that in Nigeria. They're not going to tax the rich. Or you can just straight up burn and destroy the money. You can destroy the money supply so that the velocity of money, the circulation of money is dampened. Now, Nigeria is not going to want to give you 2,000 naira notes or 5,000 naira notes. So this is speculation, but we'll see exactly what happens. They are going to basically force everyone to put their money in the bank, and then as soon as they do that, what they are going to do is make sure that they actually devalue the currency by resetting the denominations. It's going to be a news that comes out as soon as they get, because they're forcing, just think about it, they're forcing you to put money into the bank by saying that it's going to be worthless by January 31st. But if you listen to the beginning of his speech, he told you that the problem was that they had a vast amount of money that was unaccounted for, or that there was a vast amount of money out there that it was basically too much money. Putting all of the money in the bank isn't going to change the money supply. So once the money gets in the bank, I can almost guarantee that as soon as that deadline happens, they're basically going to change the denominations. And with 45 to 60 million people being unbanked, they're also just going to burn a lot of the money. A lot of money will become useless. So people that are listening, I know my time is up, Kechi, but this is the last thing that I'll say. So people that are listening, I think you know my opinion. Nigeria is not going to survive. The best thing you can do in order to protect your financial health is to probably get into USDT at this time. Get into US dollars through crypto, through a stable currency, through a stable coin. Get out of the naira. The naira is about to become worthless.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. John. Let's move straight to Mr. Kel.
Mr.
Kel, please.
Yeah, thank you again, Kechi.
Thank you.
So my submission to Nigerians listening is, let's continue our efforts, double it. This election is already won by Obedient family. I want to leave you with this simple analysis. Forget about people that just registered to vote this year and last year. Let's go back to 2019, the number of voters that voted. Put Obi in that mist now. If that election is to be reconducted with Obi in the mist, PDP and APC, would APC win the election? Will people that voted for Buhari voted for APC 2019? Who would they vote for? Majority of them will vote for Peter Obi. People that voted for Atiku 2019, who would they vote for? Majority of them, after seeing this suffering, we vote for Obi. So let's be optimistic about this election. This election is already won. What they are trying to do is to send fear into the air, into the atmosphere, so that we'll be discouraged. We are not going to be discouraged. After the election, all of us are going to hold night party on this platform.
Great.
Bless you all.
Man, thank you. Thank you very much for that submission right there, Mr. Kel, for just putting out positivity out there. Thank you. I appreciate it. Please mute yourself, Mr. Kel. Thank you. Please mute yourself. Thank you very much. Let's go straight to Mr. Chooks and then Mr. Chibuzo. Mr. Chooks, please. 1 minute.
Yeah, thank you, Kechi. I just want to use this opportunity to call upon us. Let us look out for each other. These people are succeeding because we only think about ourselves. Like I said, if all of us have come in to say, hey, what is happening in Benue is not good, then that will not give them opportunity to do it to one of us next time. So let us try as much as we can, get our PVC, even though they said they haven't printed it. Let us do everything to get Obidati to office. Then we can have a chance of national discourse. Thank you.
Exactly the point. Thank you very much, Mr. Chooks, for putting that out there. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Mr. Chibuzo, please, your 1 minute final submission. Thank you. Mr. Chibuzo, are you there, please?
Yeah, hello. Can you hear me? Hello? Hello?
Yeah,
can hear you.
go ahead. We can hear you, sir. Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Thank
All
you.
right. Yeah. Right. What's happening is, you see this Nigeria election, why these people are so confident to rig it, and that is why you see the INEC chairman that the INEC agent is shaking. There is a question mark that people don't understand when it comes to this electronic transmission. These people, what I understand is they have already cloned the same machine that people are using to vote and put it in their hideout. Now, those people they are going to import, they will use that machine, register them, use the same machine and vote them in without us knowing. So, but now, for us to diffuse them, what are we going to do is to put camera on the ground. Make sure that, and I always tell you people that if for us not to rig this election, people must stand line by line. P2B here, Atunubu here, Atuku here, whoever is here, people will stand on the line and watch who are they going to vote. If you want to make it if you want to make this election transparent, because if we don't do this thing, these people they got their cloning machine, they can do anything and manipulate the election, and we won't be surprised. But this is what they are planning. Look at that language of that INEC agent. You can see he's shaking. He's not. You know that he's going to do it. He's going to rig that election. Anyway, thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chibuzo. I want to say a big thank you to Mr. Alexander Gomez for the super chat. Thank you for your continuous love and support. To everyone who has super chatted us today, those on the comment, the viewers, the panelists, thank you all so much. You guys mean so much to us. We appreciate you guys. We appreciate your support, your encouragement. We cannot spell success without all of you. I'm super grateful for your love and support. Thank you so much, people. God bless you. Please remember to join us tomorrow, 6 p.m. Nigerian time, for our debate. Thank you so much. My name is Kachi. This is me saying bye. See you tomorrow. God bless you. And God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.